What I was thinking is that now I have a framework of my story. It came to my mind that I want to make my chapter a complete story in itself.
Okay.
So how do I do it? As in not the entire story of my novel, but in itself, by itself, my chapter should be a complete story with an open end, and then it flows. So, do you think I could work it out?
Ideally, it should be that way, right? I mean, we may look at the story from a larger perspective. We may say, fine, we have taken the uh, popular story structure and everything, we've done the plotting right and all that. But if we fail at the scene, everything goes for a toss, right?
Yes. But then how do I complete my chapter without wanting to go into the next chapter? So I'm saying it's a challenge for me that suppose I don't want to do this. I want to write my novel as a complete novel because this is what I'm learning right now. But suppose I was to break my novel of 10 to 12 chapters into short stories of this one character that we are following. My first chapter should be a complete story in itself. Do you think I could achieve that?
Okay. Let's say we are looking at a journey. Okay. There are a couple of flights that have like 2 or 3 stops. Okay. Because the journey is so big that the flights cannot go on. So each stop is kind of a milestone. When you board from the point one, you get a set of people around. You mingle with them. You form a certain kinship and bonding, and then they part because you reached a destination, the first stop. There you might linger around, but you have to again go back. So the milestone stops in your story should be your chapter. Of course, there are on the internet there are like keep between 2,000 or 5,000. That those are all like too much theories to find the right. I feel conclusive your story every chapter by itself ideally should be an independent story because you're gonna meet those set of people. Their journey is gonna end anyways at the first stop. You as a main character might continue.
Very beautifully put this analogy of travel pit stops.
Story is a
Milestones.
journey of a central character.
Now, in my first chapter, we've talked about it before that my character, she's about to take the plunge to end her life. And by the end of it, she decides not to.
That is your arc of the first chapter. Okay.
Now, how do I justify why she is not? Because again, in my head, I know, but to hook you as a reader, or to hook somebody else who's reading, how do I justify her change of mind? Because if somebody's decided to take their life, and I do not have any other human character coming there to persuade her not to do it, which we see in most movies or we see in most stories that somebody is about to take a plunge from the bridge and then there comes a character who tries to stop.
See, in storytelling, uh, these days there is a term called slow burn. Slow burn is, the filmmaker, the storyteller, takes the audience through the journey of the character till the character makes the biggest move of the story. But because the audience has followed through, everything is justified. But that's a portion of storytellers, a section who indulge and involve in slow burn narrative. Majority, given the audience's attention span and everything, prefer to have a straight cut commercial storytelling approach that hook them from the start right away. So that has happened so often in books as well as cinema that now writers by default think like that. Okay. So if you look at it, your first scene would be the punch scene, but it is without justification. The purpose of that first scene is to shock and awe the audience. The rest of the scene, your job as a storyteller is to tell the audience, convince the audience that this decision in the first scene was right. See, then it becomes a dilemma for the audience. They understand where the character is coming from, yet they don't want the character to go ahead with the plan. And when the audience is involved and engaged, you succeed. In marketing, there is a phrase, kind of a thumb rule sort of thing. When you're dealing with clients, you'll either convince them or confuse them, but keep them engaged. So the book's approach is about confusing them, shock of why, but why is this happening? You go into justifying when they are completely in sync with the character's thought process, then give them a ray of hope that possibly that could be a different outcome. In that time, make it convincing that there is no other alternative. See, our job is not about just our character. Our job as storytellers is to give the audience that experience. It should be a roller coaster for them, not just your character. Because I can make my character's roller coaster journey very easily by just putting certain plots. A character wants to go from here, his car breaks down. The guy who gives him lift is a killer. I can keep adding conflicts in the character's path. That doesn't make it engaging. It becomes engaging. The audience feels connected. So our job is to root the audience in the emotions of.
But now, when in the process of me writing my story, and of course, off the camera, when I discuss a lot of things with you, you tell me many things which have helped me to write my story, for the story to flow in a proper way. And just the other day, I was telling you about if there are certain I won't say rules, but there were certain pointers that you gave me, which has suddenly opened me up when I was thinking that my chapter is complete. After talking to you, I knew that my chapter wasn't complete. And from there is where I thought that I want my chapter to be a story in itself. I would like to say that when I wanted to write something, I just wrote 2 pages. And today I can so proudly say after talking to you that I those 2 pages have reached 80 pages. It has, and it has helped me. Then when I keep coming back to you is just to streamline my thought process so that when I write it
That's
on,
a good progress.
it's a very, very nice journey from 2 pages to 60 to 80 pages. Waiting for more. I'm not working on time.
Now, more importantly, what I would like to know is how do you find your character now?
So you provoked my thoughts without telling me not to do it that way. You helped me open it up because when I first used to read my character, I still found her good and I found her complete. But then, without pressing me on it or without forcing me to put in challenges in her path, you made me to do it. And now I find her more fuller. That time she was just flat, even though I like her that way. I think I like her more now. My project right now looks very promising to me. My character, she looks very, very interesting to me.
It's a happy life. We should be done. I think it's